I hope you guys are ready to play some D&D.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, sweet. I've added a new element other than, of course, Michael. He's one element that we've added, but welcome, Michael. Thanks for joining us. Let's see, I've added some music. Now, I don't know if the volume works for you guys or not. I can control the volume for myself. Chad, you know a little bit more about Groovy.
Yeah, so you can control the server volume,
Okay.
and then we can each control the user volume.
And how do you do that?
So in Discord, you just right-click on Groovy in the voice channel, and you go to user volume, and you can you can raise or lower that volume.
Oh,
so
okay,
if whatever Dave's server volume is set at is too loud for you, or you want it higher,
louder, right?
More loud, louder. Yeah, if you want it louder, you can just adjust it that way.
All right, thanks, Chad. That's great. I didn't realize that. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I have it set at I think 5 or 10, so it's pretty low.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, volume 10. I have it set at.
It's a great ambient volume for me.
Yeah.
I
brought it down to 87%. So.
I had to bring it down like 5% to be.
Yeah, no shit. I have it at 98%, and I could probably drop it, but I love it, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. It helps.
So, really cool thing, just to talk a little bit about this new element with the ambient music. I reached out to a music producer label called Cryo Chamber a couple weeks ago. They produce and publish music by a bunch of different artists, and it's all very ambient oriented, very moody, really cool
Very
stuff.
soundtracky.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
And I reached out to them and said, hey, I'm thinking about streaming a role-playing game on Twitch. We're kind of working on, ironing out the kinks. Would it be okay if we used your music by streaming your YouTube channel? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. Just be aware that sometimes advertisements pop in there. YouTube kind of shoves advertisements in there. So anyways, they gave us the green light when and if we do start to stream, which I think we will do maybe not with this campaign, but maybe the next campaign when we're all a little bit more savvy and with the technology side of things. I know we tried to do the video and that didn't quite work out, and I think a lot of that problem is on my end with my bad computer. But once we get those things figured out, and I think that'll be when we start the Wildmount campaign. So that's a little ways off. We've still got a lot to do with this campaign.
I'm sorry. It sounded like you said I'd be able to play an Echo Knight, and you have my attention.
Yeah, exactly. So that is kind of coming next, and maybe one of you guys will want to run a campaign in between. Who knows? But anyhow, I'm really stoked that Cryo Chamber got back to me like really fast too, and
that's fucking sweet.
Said that it'd be cool if we did that, as long as we just make sure that when we post. So, Michael, I don't know if you're aware, but I do post. I record the sessions, and then I post them on a YouTube channel, so that you can go back and listen to them later if you want to remember something, or you want to scan through it for certain parts of the game. And they said, as long as you give us, a link and a credit in the YouTube description, we're good with it. So I'm pretty stoked about that.
You have no one to embarrass but yourself by letting me talk out loud. Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody knows who we are, and I don't think anybody else besides us listens to it, so I think we're good. We're not Critical Role, so
we get 6 views.
Yeah, right. So it's just really, honestly, I started doing it for myself with my Curse of Strahd campaign, because I was having a really hard time sort of keeping track of all my improvisation decisions that I make along the way. And so what I would do is I would go back and listen to them, over the course of a week or 2 weeks and take some notes. And then I was like, well, shit, this would be kind of cool to start just putting up on the web for the other people to listen to. So anyhow, that's where that came from.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Not bad at all. I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like I am single-handedly supporting Cryo Chamber right now.
Yeah?
I have purchased probably at least a third of their catalog.
Oh, nice.
In the last like 4 months. Like, I listen to it when I go to bed at night. I listen to it when I'm writing. That's all I listen to.
Yeah, it's great. And one thing that I think I've discovered is when you create these cues in Discord, you don't get the YouTube advertisements, I think. I haven't heard a YouTube advertisement yet, and I've been listening to this for like 3 days. So
the other thing that you can do as well with Groovy, if you buy any of their music from Cryo Chamber via their hosting website Bandcamp, you can just put a link
to the file,
that artist to the file.
Yep.
And I think there's a way to upload music to Groovy. I don't know how that works because I haven't really dicked around with that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can, anywhere that's on the internet, you can give Groovy links to, and it'll play music from. But I mean, if fucking YouTube is working great, then why do it? Because some of those mixes on YouTube, you are like 18, 20 different things that they all mix together, and you can't get that anywhere else.
Right.
Anyway, let's play some fucking D&D.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Okay, so for Rhunar and Irin, you sort of know where we're going to pick up. For Farindyr, essentially, with just kind of breezing through the death sequence that we'll do later, you died, but you had an experience, and through that experience, you suddenly are going to be waking up in a bed. It's daytime. The sun is shining through the window. Gulls are squawking outside the window. There's a cool ocean breeze flowing through the room, and you hear voices in a distant room. Now, before we get to that, we'll take a couple steps back, because what happened is that Major Ursa, and this is to you, Theoderic. Did I say that right, Theoderic?
Probably. The name's really old, so it's been pronounced a lot.
Okay. Theo. Excuse me. Not COVID. I feel like you have to like.
We're on a microphone, dude. It doesn't matter.
I know, but I feel like nowadays you have to like clarify after you sneeze or cough.
Right. Facebook told me it could get through the wires of the internet.
The thing is, you never know.
Yeah.
So Theo, you were approached in Saltmarsh by the Mariners Guild to assist with the recovery of 3 bodies that had been pulled from the Skull Dunes on the Isle of the Abbey. And you had been offered a sum of money, which we discussed. You had accepted, and you were then provided with a small sailing craft, and in the harbor you met with a man by the name of Major Ursa. Major Ursa owns a lighthouse, or not owns a lighthouse, but he operates a lighthouse on an island near the Isle of Abbey, and he has the bodies at his location, but his rowboat is not large enough to row them back to Saltmarsh. It's about a 6-hour journey by rowboat, and he can't put 3 bodies on there and be I guess confident that he would make it back to Saltmarsh with the bodies. So you've been hired to assist him essentially. And over the course of the next few hours, you made your way to the lighthouse, the island that Major Ursa lives on, and you are now walking into the lighthouse itself, and you and Major Ursa are having a conversation, and he says, I pulled him off the beaches as best I could and got them back here, and they're laid up in the room back there. We'll have to package them up and carry them down to the sailing vessel.
Do you normally retrieve bodies of the dead from beaches?
Well,
Are you a necromancer?
No, sir. I'm a sailor and a fighter, and I was their transit, if you will, to the beach, the Skull Dunes, and when I saw them go down, I followed their trail carefully through the dunes as best I could, and and was able to fend off the last few skellies that were attacking the boys. And after that, I drug each one of them one by one back to my ship, and eventually got them back here.
Good, because I am also a sailor and also a fighter. It's certainly not a secret necromancer, so I'm more than happy to help.
You know, that's exactly what a secret necromancer would say.
I'm undone by my own cleverness again. No, hopefully.
Insight
If I'm a
check.
necromancer, I should be. I've got it. I do not have deception trained, but I do have a very good charisma score. However, he's just lying.
Right. So you, the three of you, being Irin, Farindyr, and Rhunar, hear voices in the other room, as I said, and you hear two men speaking. What are you doing?
Kuda?
Kuda.
Kuda! Where
And
are you, brother? You're at... The fuck?
Irin, is that you?
Rhunar!
Are we alive?
Guys, we gotta be alive. We can hear each other. And I don't think they'd put us in the same afterlife.
That is not true. They say that from beyond the grave, sometimes you can. Oh,
Who is that?
By the gods.
Excuse me?
and would it be okay if I just kind of kicked the door in at this point?
yeah, they're right this way.
This...
They're right this way. Let's bag them up, my friend. And he leads you, and you open the door.
Boom!
See? Secret necromancy.
Saint Cuthbert be damned!
No, we like St. Cuthbert.
What the hell?
Are you, if you are alive, say something only an alive person would say.
Ursa draws his sword. They be undead. They were
They
dead.
might not be undead.
I don't know about...
I'm not dead.
I don't feel dead.
See, no undead would say they're alive.
I feel
Unless
like
they
I
were.
want to be dead.
What
Wow.
evil witchcraft is at play here? And he's got his sword up in a fighting stance, and he's kind of backing up a little bit.
Major, Major.
And Theo will, in fact, turn so that his back is to the party, and he's in front of the man with the sword and go, "It is a strange world, my friend, and are they trying to attack me?"
I punch him in the dick. I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
that is how you would be declared undead. That's correct.
Stand down, friends. Stand down.
Do I have that dagger in my hand by chance?
You do not. You don't have the dagger in your hand. You all, I will say this, all three of you are fully recovered in terms of like a long rest. So just make sure that you note that. Theo, roll a persuasion check with advantage because they're helping you.
Oh, you roll like I did
crap.
earlier today.
Wow.
Wow.
With advantage.
So
Wow.
Ursa looks at you and he looks back at them and he says, "You got your back to the devils." And he kind of watches for a second and he says, "But you're right. We must just keep an eye on him, though." He doesn't
Oh,
put his
definitely.
he doesn't put
Who
his sword
knows what has
down.
happened
He
to
says, he turns to you and he says, "Explain yourselves. What
And I
pact
turn
have
back
you
around and
made?
face the room.
What evil pact have you made with the clerics of the Abbey?"
We never made it to the clerics.
Yeah, what happened to all the undead guys?
Undead, I told ya, they're undead.
How did we get off of the beach?
He says he saved you.
What
Wait,
kind of
who-
magic do you have, Major, that you drove the three of us across those dunes? I think that's
No
the real
kidding.
question here.
No kidding.
No, no,
There
no.
were
Let us
there
not
were
be-
there were a lot of skeletons.
This
don't
type
be
of
ungrateful.
This type of confusion can be best settled with a bit of drink, I think. And he puts his sword, he sheaths his sword, and he walks into the other room.
Yes, drinking.
Yep, I get up.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him immediately.
Do we have our kit? Are we missing stuff?
You have your kit. You're not missing anything.
And do we appear wounded anywhere? I mean, you said we were fully recovered, but do we have scars or markings on us at all?
Nope, you're fully recovered. I mean, totally different than when he left to go get help from the Mariners Guild. A very different scene. You guys were torn and beaten and sliced and diced.
Yeah,
Bloody.
you had half of a face, Farindyr. Like,
Oh my
it was
goodness.
gross. Yeah. Yeah, after I was the last one alive, and after you went down, it was like hog wild. It was like a barbecue fest in the south.
I'm hungry. Goddamn.
Weird.
know.
I don't remember
I'm
any
making-
of this.
You were dead. You were dead.
I was definitely dead. I don't feel like I was dead. I feel pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Very strange, very strange. As you walk in, he's pouring a glass. He's got some glasses set out, and he's pouring some sort of a liquid into a glass. It's like a brownish liquid that he just shoots the whole thing down.
Well, I will say, and this is definitely not from personal experience, but sometimes when one dies or is otherwise left for dead on islands, maybe strange things happen, maybe miracles occur, there's a strange magical world, and maybe we shouldn't ask too many questions, just in case.
Aye, but you need to be careful. There may be some dark pact that's been made.
I'm sure everything is fine and there's no dark pact.
Aye, how can you be so sure?
We'll have to drink
That
to
never
it.
happens.
I've heard of a lot worse happening, especially out on that foul island. But I take your word for it, for now.
Is he gonna pour us drinks?
You pour your own drink, you undead beast. And
Theo is already pouring.
he just slides the bottle to Theo.
Theo just takes a drink from the bottle. It's terrible. Drinks again. Looks
It
over
is
at
terrible. It's bad.
Oh, are you wanting a drink as well?
Yes.
He
Yep.
He just offers the bottle.
he makes this stuff in the lighthouse. I mean, this is moonshine. It's not flavorful, but it does the trick. It'll take the edge off.
Cleans the engine.
I use it for a lot of different applications.
Navy rat. Pass
Theo
me a
will
drink.
offer it over, like the bottle to whoever.
I'll take it and fucking line them up. As a dwarf, it is in my nature to line them up.
and knock them down.
That too.
After a shot or two, Major Ursa seems to kind of mellow out a little bit. I mean, he's still giving you the side eye and keeping an eye on you, and his hand's near the hilt of his dagger. But he's less agitated than he certainly was when he first walked into the room.
I say, well, I don't know who you are, stranger, but if you've assisted in this, thank you. I don't.
It's quite all right. You see, I'm doing this for the greatest cause of all. They're paying me.
Money's a good cause.
How much
I
are they
can
paying
honestly
you?
say that
Not enough.
regardless of what, how, who, why, we're back. Me not making a pact with the devil.
Yes, and I'm sure it was a
Hard.
harrowing experience that you should definitely not talk about because those are the types of secrets no other mortal needs to know. Who the hell are you all?
My
I'm
name's Irin,
Farindyr.
My name is Rhunar.
and we are three amigos.
Out of character, what do you crazies look like?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's describe ourselves. Rhunar, since you're famous, why don't you go first?
How is Rhunar famous?
Rhunar is a survivor of a previous expedition. Rhunar has kind of like a dark complexion. He's a fighter, warrior, survivor type. Something like a native New Zealander a little bit.
Maori looking mofo.
A little bit, yeah.
Nice.
And he's looking a little worse for wear. He's a little pale, a little confused about where he is and what he's doing, but he feels as though he's back and he's glad to be alive.
Delightful. Who else is here?
Irin is a hill dwarf.
I'm a human, by the way. Sorry.
No, I was with you.
All right.
He has black hair, like an almost like his beard kind of is reminiscent of like Chaos Dwarfs from Space Marines.
Yeah.
So he's got that big kind of ringlet beard, very kind of Russian, Cossack, Slavic look to him. A little dusky, muscular, carries himself well. He's his back is probably, he only has a 14 strength, but his back is probably pretty extravagant. He's a blacksmith by trade. Dresses pretty plainly, travelers type clothes. Doesn't wear armor. Has kind of like a forging hammer hanging from his belt, and a pair of they're probably actually still on him if we got dragged straight off the beach. He's got a pair of I don't know, very like almost like battle rager-y kind of like hand coverings, like gauntlets, kind of with like metal plates on them. That he's currently wearing.
It's dwarfy AF.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I am Farindyr Shockfeather. I'm like tall, lanky, thin. I have a very sharp chin, pale skin, dark brown hair, and with like what look like silver streaks going through it, like almost like metal braided into my hair.
Nice.
My eyes are like super small and bloodshot. It looks like I haven't slept in days, if not weeks. I'm wearing like basic leather armor that looks hand patched and stitched together like efficiently, but like well worn armor that I've seen some days. And around my horn, I have a neck, and on my I have a lute on my back and a lyre on my
neck,
hip.
you have a horn.
No,
Yeah,
around his horn he
I
has
have a
a
horn
neck.
just
We'll go
hanging
with
around my neck, yeah.
Nice.
As well as a symbol of a lightning bolt being clutched in a fist, hanging around my neck as well.
Would that be something that anyone would recognize, or is that something super specific?
No, you would recognize that as the symbol of Heronius.
That is a battle god, right?
It's the god of justice.
Oh, okay. I am weak on my Grey Hawk.
Is that right? Is that right, Farindyr?
Yep, it's like justice,
Chivalry.
Here, yeah, chivalry. I think it's battle as well, but here, let me just find out real quick.
He's one of those gods I used to hear about, in older editions a lot.
Chivalry,
Now I'm like, I got
justice,
nothing.
honor, war, daring, and valor.
There we go. War,
Are
daring,
you a
and
College
valor
of
as well.
Valor bard?
I'm actually a College of Lore bard.
Oh, dang. There was an opportunity there for a really terrible pun, I feel. That's all I've got. Theo is, I'd say, well, no, he has to be a little bit taller and a little bit broader because my physical stats are ridiculous. Not super, built, but obviously wiry, dusky skin, dark hair, sharp features that probably denote some elven heritage. But otherwise, looks like any sailor somewhere in what the real world would be the Mediterranean. He's clearly been out in the sun for an extended period and just gives off that smell of salt you can never get out. He's wearing a set of bronze, actually, scale mail, and some other gear in various parts kind of stowed on his belt and back, like just he habitually keeps certain things in certain places just in case it's going to come in handy. Otherwise, doesn't appear armed at all, though. And he just kind of goes, "Well, hello, I am Theoderic Thalassatis. Don't worry, I can't pronounce it most of the time either."
And then they've got Ursa, Major Ursa, who's this big, barrel-chested, human, older male. He's got bright red beard, circlet of thin red-gray hair on his balding head, and he's dressed in this really gaudy red and yellow kilt with a warhammer, a dagger, and a short sword. He's a bear of a man, and he's a bit intoxicated at this point.
So, I was paid money to take your bodies back to Saltmarsh for the Mariners Guild. Now, you're not bodies anymore. This becomes more complicated, but I would still like to get paid.
Well, we've been hired to secure the island we got pulled off of for money for the Mariners Guild.
So if we accomplish our task and then we go back, he'll pay you and us.
Yes, and then you have money, and then I can talk you out of that money. I like where this is going.
So what be your decision? What will you do? Are you going back to that cursed beach?
How much were they paying you to recover our bodies?
It is rude to get into specific amounts, and also very, very hard to negotiate up from there if I tell you how much they're offering to pay me. Why do you ask?
Spoken like a true seaman. We're just,
We could choose not to go back with them. I'm going to look at Irin and say that.
I mean, there's only so many rowboats around here.
I am not going to stop you. In fact, I now have a vested business interest in ensuring that you don't die again. Unless you keep coming back every time you die, in which case it's going to get very weird. But I'm sure that won't happen.
And they'll be looking to hire another group of scallywags to do the job you didn't do.
Yeah, well, we better fucking take care of it then, so those poor bastards don't have to deal with that.
What if they try to and they die and they come back as well?
Do you think we'll make it across this time?
Well, we know where most of the skeletons are.
Kind of. Do you remember the way?
I don't know if I want to go that way again. I'm not that drunk.
I slide him another glass.
Maybe tomorrow sometime. I have money already. Oh, sorry. Theo.
And what are you going to do with that money?
I might be willing to pay a companion an extra hand to help us back through that.
I was going to do that anyway, but now you can pay me too.
Shit.
Son of a bitch. It's all right, friend Rhunar. We'll work on your negotiation skills another time.
Yeah.
I give you plenty of tips on negotiating. One, never make any sense. It confuses people.
Never offer anything. Period.
Well, if you don't know that, I'm not sure I can help you. That's just common sense.
I read a book once called The Art of the Deal.
Easy come, easy go.
I don't read things written by Bugbear. Sorry.
Oh god, now I need to make a bugbear character.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
It's been a bugbear. Trun.
An orange bugbear.
Yeah.
So for realsies, the plan is to jump right back into the fray.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I feel oddly rejuvenated. I feel even stronger than I did before.
Do you think we have the sufficient number of people to make it through something like that again?
I think we might need more potions.
I feel fuck.
That's a very good idea. I do not have any on me.
I feel pretty God damn it. I was gonna say I feel pretty good about your chances. But now you brought up the potion thing.
I also wouldn't
I
mind
distinctly remember us drinking one of them, or two of them even.
some better armor or better arms.
You guys did consume the 2 potions that you had.
Yep,
Yeah.
we did.
Yep.
I drank mine.
What would happen if we went back to Saltmarsh?
I
Love
mean,
the tea party.
they didn't have a whole lot of stuff for us to buy. We were there. How long has it been?
What kind of reception would we get?
It's been 3 days since I
can't
since we
imagine they're
went
gonna
to
The
the
Mariners
beach.
Guild knows you're dead, so maybe telling them you're not dead is not a bad idea.
I can tell you for certain that they've already put out a call for additional adventurers to come out and finish the job. So you got to figure that out as well.
That's a fair point. Maybe we better head back, restake our claim.
I
Maybe enlist a couple more souls to our adventure.
Find out if we can squeeze some more potions from
Reinforcements, if
the
you know.
guy.
Who are you buying potions from?
Let's also haggle and get the price raised up.
Oh, definitely. I would like a raise.
Death fees.
So you just for you guys to recall, you had been able to purchase and borrow some items from the Mariners Guild, and they did have 3 health potions. You bought 2 of them.
Yep, so they have one more.
There might be other people in town who can sell
Yeah.
things. It's a
So
big
it's-
world.
That's true.
Are they only notes? I got notes. Wasn't there another place in Saltmarsh that we could go for magical advice? I'm not sure.
So I'd say out of character, I think I recall 1 or 2 things, but I have no idea if my character would know that.
So you don't remember.
Well, we had that other quest from the council, the city council, and I'm sure the city council is going to have some resources, and they weren't going to send us off to investigate this potential war situation without at least giving us access to a quartermaster.
Yeah, but are they really gonna give us stuff for something that is
The
not
town
very
council's
we
good
need
for
to-
nothing.
We need to think about what they'll think of us too, now that we suffered this defeat.
I'll tell
It's
you
a
what, laddies.
Alleged defeat.
What I
So
did
maybe.
to get to you on that fateful day as I mapped out a bit of a route. I followed your trail, which I don't know if it'll be there now, but there's potential that you could retrace your steps through the dunes.
So maybe we just head in
I'd say we do it.
and then return to Saltmarsh. Winners with tiger blood in our veins. As they
Well,
say.
you're not dead. I think you're all already winners.
That remains to be seen. As he
Well, I
takes
have a
another
rowboat.
shot.
I can roll us out there. It'll be fine. We'll sail. It'll be a wonderful day. That way, the major here can stay and drink.
What do you say, Dag?
To what? To pursuing the island again?
Do we go now, or do we head back to town and then go?
Sure, like an additional piece of armor. Still seeing skeletons in my dream.
What are you wearing for armor?
Leather.
Oh, God. Yeah, no shit.
Ursa says, I've got a bit of a trove. What you be looking for? I could loan you some of my old gear.
Do you have studded shirt?
Let me look in my trunk. And he gets up and he's kind of swaying back and forth. He's visibly intoxicated. As
If you have any chainmail, you should bring that out.
I know I don't have none of that.
What about a chain shirt?
Breastplate.
Plate armor.
Just
big thing
just
with
keep
all the
yelling.
dollies and the Gothic
Heavy
attire.
suit of armor.
Just keep yelling out items, and I'll see if I have them.
Turtle shell.
Mithril something.
Vorpal sword.
Marble sword. Holy
Jabberwocker
Avenger.
hide.
He has an old.
Arrow.
He has an old. So he drags out this trunk into the main kind of like living area of his small lighthouse keeper's living quarters, and he opens it up and he starts pulling out old clothes, and there's some daggers that he sets aside. He pulls out a chain shirt and he sets that down. It looks pretty worn. It's beat up and it's missing some of the chain is missing, but it's effective.
Better than leather.
Yep, it's effective. He sets that out. He's got an old shield that he sets out, and you can see the symbology. Except Rhunar, you would recognize there's some symbols of the Keelan Royal Navy on some of the equipment that he has. He's a veteran of the Royal Navy.
I just look at that and go,
I might be interested in that chain shirt.
I could loan it to you. As long as you promise me you ain't some undead ghoul. And he closes one eye and looks at you with one eye open and one eye closed. You got coin,
Navy
do ya?
dog.
Well, if you got coin, now I'm listening.
I'm not just a...
There's some other things that he has laying around as well that I'll just kind of rattle off that if you guys are interested, he'd be willing to loan to you. He's got a couple of different hunting traps, different sized hunting traps. He has a grappling hook. He's got a healer's kit. He has a hooded lantern. He has a set of manacles. He's got an iron pot.
I will grab a trap.
Okay.
You never know.
Yep. So you got a hunting trap. He's
How
got.
much for the shirt?
It's got a lot of sentimental value.
You Navy dog, let go. This is a Marine talking to you.
50 gold pieces and it's yours.
50 gold. Are you insane?
No, but I'm the only man with a chain shirt on this island.
You
does have a
just go
point.
back to Saltmarsh and get a different chain shirt.
You seem to be willing to throw your money around.
This
It's-
is also true.
And if it'll get me what I want. And right now I want a chain shirt for not 50 gold.
Make me an offer. If it's 50 gold, I'll accept it.
I could buy a rowboat for that.
How about this? He'll buy the chain shirt for 30 gold. And then when we're done, I'll make that shirt right as rain.
I don't know what you mean by that, stranger.
Well,
Look
you
at
can
him.
see here, this here, and I point to like a part where there's chain missing. I'm guessing this here was a boarding axe, and maybe this over here was an arrow.
Aye?
I'll set my smith's hammer on the table, and I say, I can make that just like new for you.
Theo is next to him this whole time doing like the Vanna White, the wide
When
arms
we're
thing.
done.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
All right.
For Irin?
Aye, dwarf. Aye, dwarf. Yeah, for Irin.
Persuasion.
50 gold.
Much better than me.
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, I rolled.
You rolled
14.
thrice.
Yeah,
You rolled
that's good.
thrice. We'll go with the 14. Aye, so you're willing to fix it up and make it look all nice and shiny for me. I'll tell you what, I'll rent it to you for 25 gold. You give it back when you're done, and your friend here, the dwarf, fixes it up for me. What do you say?
All right, I'll take it.
Aye, here, let's drink to it. And he pours a couple of shots.
Boom.
Yes, let us drink the definitely palatable liquid. Shot.
It's bad luck not to finish the bottle once you start.
You're not wrong.
He's got a point, you know.
Did anybody else want to pick up any of those other items that I mentioned?
What else was in there? Sorry.
No, you're gonna make me
You
remember.
said 2 daggers, right?
There's
daggers.
there's 2 daggers. There was a
Grappling hook.
grappling hook. Thank you.
There's another trap.
Yep. There's
Yep,
another
an iron.
hunting
pot.
trap, an iron pot.
There is an iron pot.
There's a healer's kit.
Oh yeah, I'll take the healer's kit.
Okay.
That is handy when people start falling over.
Yep. And I think that was it. Oh, a hooded lantern. There was a hooded lantern as well.
Ooh,
You
I'll
know-
take the hooded lantern too.
Yes, exactly. We're going to be in ruins. Like,
Very good then.
I don't understand.
well, you see,
The dwarf
Not
can see in the
everyone has-
dark.
I was going to explain it, but he talked right over my life. It is like I am working with
I'm drunk. What can I say?
Well, so am I. And I grab Theo grabs the rest of the swill and starts chugging.
I'll hold out my arms to catch him.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I just need a little something to help with the situation. So, shall we go to the crazy island?
Tell me, Navy man,
Aye.
Major. You came and retrieved our lifeless bodies. From
Aye. You never leave a man behind.
Did you see a good path through that
Aye, I
Those
followed your tracks.
cursed dunes?
I followed
He
your
doesn't
tracks,
like
and I think I can point out a path. I've got a memory like a steel trap.
That would be a path with.
Aye.
Hopefully. Sounds good.
Lead on.
Macduff.
All
Come,
right.
Let us prepare.
Major Ursa starts to stumble his way down to the rowboat.
Oh, maybe
Wait, I
tomorrow
think
morning.
we should wait till morning.
Oh, pump the brakes there.
I got it. I can
As
do
I am
it.
aware, there are
I'm fine.
no police in these waters. It's free. It doesn't matter how
I'm
intoxicated we
fine.
are.
I think daylight might be our best companion for this next landing.
Yeah, about this time it's like midday.
Oh, okay. But are we drunk?
Starting a
as
little
fuck right
early
now?
there. Eh?
Well, Wait a minute. It is how long to row the boat to the island? Yeah?
2
How long?
hours. It's a 2-hour trip.
For 2 hours. And then we have to thread our way through dunes full of the undead, possibly.
Aye.
Then we have to get into the ruins of an abbey, which there is no way there is anything down there that wants to kill us.
Aye.
Maybe we should wait till morning just so we have all the daylight, because most evil things do not like light.
Your friend makes a strong point.
I like stating the obvious. It's my greatest feature.
Well, in that case, you got another bottle of that swill?
I do.
You better get it.
Let's sleep on it.
All
I feel
right.
like I've spent 3 days
I'm in no
asleep.
condition is to travel right now.
Shit.
That's very true.
Well, for the rest of the day, then you guys finish a second bottle. Major Ursa passes out about midway through. Go ahead.
Once Major Ursa's passed out, and literally Theo just reaches over and just taps him a little bit. Hey, okay, he's asleep, and he turns to the rest of the party. Now, I am not going to judge. As I said before, I have certainly never had anything weird happen on an island while I've been left for dead, and certainly not made any deals with anything strange that came out of the surf. But seriously, what happened to you all that you are not dead?
I guess we'll have to find out.
I can't say. It's still a mystery to me. I don't know. I don't know if what I think happened really happened.
Existence is subjective. Please,
I'm
describe.
gonna be completely honest. I don't remember anything either, but I do think I have a beautiful song you'll enjoy about us and our travel to get there.
Play on Bard.
No,
Unless you want to hear some
I don't think you're ready for this.
tales.
That's a sad ending.
The
It's
final
not that
verse
sad
is
of an ending.
quite
You're
sad.
drinking.
But the truth is, I think it surely must have been erroneous coming down to help us. Nothing else makes sense.
No.
Well,
Many
nothing makes any more or less sense than that statement, so that is true.
I'll say, when I was a much younger man, I was in fact approached by an individual such as Major Ursa here fears we've made deals with. The long of it, the short of it, I turned that down. Just now, yesterday, 2 days ago, whenever it was. After we died, I encountered some kind of place, shadows, darkness. My brother was there, which is strange. He's been lost at sea for almost a year. That's why I'm out here. God's forsaken rock. There was a demon, a creature of the place that we were at, Shadow and Darkness. It was really fucking annoying. Who sends the regards of the creature I turned down all those years ago. My brother's out here somewhere. I can hear him, I can see him, he's here, I'll find him.
I am unfortunately definitely believing you.
And if I meet that creature again, I'll fucking tear his throat out and wear it for a bracelet.
Well, one thing I would say there is generally any sort of demon thing, when you start tearing them apart, again, they don't leave pieces. Not that I would know from any experience, but any of my other new friends? Do you recall anything?
I experienced something similar. Dark.
You have a lost brother too?
No. After we died, saw strange things in the darkness. I saw us all fall to the sand, bleeding, swarmed by skeletons. And then next thing I know, I was in a strange place. And I saw demon, a version of me, and I fought it.
Did you win?
When I woke up, I was here in this place. And I'm still trying to figure out if I'm alive or dead, to be honest.
Well, again, certainly not from personal experience, but in such situations like this, I find that if a miracle does occur with something you've encountered in the dark, in the sea, you are in fact alive. Death would be much stranger.
That's good to know.
Internal monologue for my character. Oh shit, is this all my fault? ? And that's all I had for the evening.
Does anybody else have anything that you'd want to accomplish in the evening before bedding down for the night?
I don't believe so.
Runar's woozy drunk right now. And
Super drunk.
Making his way back to his cot and rifling
Good.
through his bags.
I don't have anything specific.
My character actually does not partake in any of the drinking. The whole entire time looking really serious, trying to remember anything of what happened to us.
I'm sure it'll come back to you after you talk to Dave.
I have a feeling.
Let's put it this way. Side conversation for Farindyr. You feel hollow. You feel hopeless. You don't feel like your old self.
Right, yeah. Especially because one of my personality traits is nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. So
Correct.
I
yeah,
feel
that is turned on
I
its
feel-
head.
very, very messed up. I'm like
That is-
depressed. I'm not drinking. I am staring off into space, confused.
Nice.
A very serious air around me.
Once it's calmed down a little bit, and, Rhunar, yes, that's his name, has kind of stumbled off to one side. Theo will, in fact, just go over to File, because I can't remember the full name, even though you've said it a million times. I'm terrible and apologize. And goes, my friend, you are going through something very unusual. I understand this. So, just, again, remember, you are not dead. That is wonderful.
But why am I not dead? I feel as though my face was ripped in half.
Does it still feel like that?
No, I feel healthy. I feel fine now. I just feel hollow and empty.
Well, have you ever been near death before?
Oh, I've been surrounded by death in my life, but I've never experienced it in such a way.
Perhaps they say being so close to death, it does change a man. Or perhaps it is all a part of the mystery of why you're back and it will all become obvious in due time, in which case you have nothing to fear because the truth is coming.
I guess you're right. I might have to sleep on it.
I'm never wrong. I heard that. I still have another language on my character sheet I haven't filled in. I will pick Dwarvish just to spite you.
I say in Draconic.
Shit.
I feel like
Hearing you say that,
I feel like
I'll-
is
I'll
kind of
be like,
universal.
"What?" In Draconic.
Nice.
All right, so sleep comes to you in the safety, relative safety of the lighthouse. Major Ursa, as you would expect, snores like a motherfucker, and he is sawing logs pretty much through your whole conversation that you just had and into the wee hours of the morning. He also is the first one out of bed in the morning, and
Of course.
as you awake, he is finishing breakfast, getting it ready for you. He's already loaded he's already gotten the rowboat ready to launch, and the sun is up. The gulls are squawking, and there's a little bit more of a breeze today compared to the day prior. The surf is a little bit stronger, but it's a beautiful day on the Azure Sea. And as you come
Well-
out of your bunks, he's got food ready for you, and he starts plating it as you come out.
I'm certainly not hungover. How about anyone else?
Right as rain.
Well,
It's a good noise. That is the noise of a healthy man.
I guess if the homemade liquor didn't kill you, you must be alive then.
I also did not see it come back up. Always a good sign.
Finish your food, and we'll make haste to the island.
Yeah. Scrump, 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 scrump.
Ah, scrump, 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 scrump.
All right, so you have your breakfast. You gather your supplies. Rhunar, you've got a new piece of armor, so hopefully you've updated that on your character sheet appropriately.
Does that update my AC at all? I don't.
It should.
Oh god, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
it should.
So if you
I can actually take care of.
if you've got it in your character sheet, Dave, did you drag it into his? Because you
No,
can
I'm gonna
drag
do
it
that
into
right
his
now.
character sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that right now. So what was it again?
Change shirt.
Yeah, there we go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chain.
Gives you an armor class of 13 plus dex modifier up to 2.
Up to 2.
So it would total out at 15 if you have a dex bonus of 2 or higher.
Yeah.
So you've got leather armor. I'm
So
gonna
I don't know if that helps.
unequip your leather armor,
It should have helped some.
and then I'm going to equip your chain shirt.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
AC is not.
And then you'll have to unequip the leather armor.
Yep, I did that. So with the chain shirt, just to double check to make sure this worked correctly, because it's roll 20.
Yeah. What's your dex
chain
modifier?
Shirt is 13 plus dex.
4.
So
it'd be
should be
13 plus 2, which would be 15.
That's 15 because that's what I had before.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimate. So yeah. Realistically, armor as a high dex person is a game of diminishing returns. Lower light armor is going to allow you to have all of your dex modifications to it, whereas medium and heavy armor isn't going to let you have all of your dex modifications.
Oh, right.
So what we're saying here is we need to, once we get somewhere safe and stable, get our boy here some hide or studded leather, I believe.
Well, I mean, I had leather armor already.
Yeah.
Well,
I
let's
mean,
let's
yeah.
just do this, just because we want to have some sort of a mechanical benefit to this. I'm going to change it from chain to studded leather.
Okay.
And that should pick you up another one.
Nice.
Let's just do that.
It's a good plan. I like that plan.
And let me just get rid of this chain shirt. He still expects you to do some work on it, though. Dwarf.
Yeah, I can fix that. Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Your armor class is updated to 16. All right. So everybody loads up in the rowboat, and you Ursa starts rowing, and it's choppy, but he's strong. You can just see his upper body just working, and he's done this many times. He's just totally chiseled, cut, and there's
Theo
just
will offer to help as well.
he'll just he won't take any help, as with the last time someone offered. He says, "No, I got this. You save your energy for the beaches." And he just keeps rowing, and his bald head with his circlet of red gray hair, he's just sweating profusely as he just rows you guys over. And it takes some time, but you eventually make it to the dunes
Of Abbey Island.
of Abbey Island. What do you know?
Ooh, this seems familiar.
So, you guys can see that red X there. Hopefully, that is
Yes.
where you fell.
Yep.
Right at the edge of the map.
Yep.
Don't
So
remind
don't go
us.
there.
Yep. You got
I mean-
close.
So close.
They didn't listen to me. I told them where to go. They flaunted my advice.
And he beaches you guys at this location here. Right down here at the tip of the Skull Dunes.
Just at the tip.
Yep, just the tip. And he pulls the boat as you hop out into the surf and walk onto the beach. He pulls the boat up and beaches it, and he starts looking, and he kind of puts his hand up to shield his eyes from the sun, and he's looking through the dunes, and he says, "Yes, there it is." He says, "I made some markings in the sagebrush. This whole area here, it's super desolate. There's scraggly grass that grows here and there in these little sandy hollows, and it kind of pokes up through the dunes, and you can see just barely right at the very edge of where you're standing, you can see that some of the grasses are bent over, and he's kind of like marked his path for you.
Also, the bloody drag marks.
Well, a lot of the dunes, because of the wind, have actually erased the markings. That's one of the things about this edge. The southern end of this island, he tells you, gets a lot of wind exposure, and so that's why it was so hard. You guys were unable to find the pirate's path the first time you came. But he points out a pathway. Let's see here. That looks like this.
Theo will pretend he sees bloody drag marks anyway.
So you see like just the faintest sign, and it's going to take a little bit of observation and perception to make it work. But he says that's the pathway to get you back to where you were. Beyond that, I can be no help.
You have gotten us drunk. What greater help could there be?
Aye, 'tis true.
Are you sure you won't join us, Ursa? We could use another strong hand.
I'll be waiting here for you when you've accomplished your task, or if you fail again, which I hope you don't, I'll do my best to pull your corpses from the beach.
Hope that doesn't happen again.
Aye, it's a lot of work.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
They don't pay me enough for this shit.
I will be sure to put in a good word for you at the Mariners Group.
Aye, thank you. So,
You've all been here before, haven't you?
Right.
what do you
Who
do?
wanted to lead?
Who wants to
Who led us
lead?
last time?
Rhunar did.
Yeah, I led last
Rhunar.
time. I can take a lead again if you like.
You led us into some trouble. I think you should take a little more criticism. but get us about where we were before.
All right, let's do this. Now, should we follow the same path we did before? Or should we go some other way?
Maybe
think
we should
Maybe
follow the
most
path.
of the same path.
That
Most
was
of the same path until we
that-
got in trouble.
That's the
Yeah.
path that the nice sailor left for us, eh?
How far can we move at once, Dave?
So the only thing that I want you to do at this point is to roll a survival check.
Just him?
You guys, if someone wants to help him, he can certainly roll with advantage.
I'll help him.
Love to help if no one else will. But Dwarf, say first. Go, Irin.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Nice.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Might as well roll one more time. You got one
Could
more
get a 20.
roll.
Me? All right.
Yeah.
We'll
Fair enough.
go with the first roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with that level of roll, you did awesome. Let me get.
I think that's
Just
better
like
than
we
the
always
first
knew
time
you
we-
would.
I
Yep.
think that's better than the first time we
It
came
was.
here.
It was better. So you make it all the way to the point where you ended.
Wow. Okay.
There's no sign of the blood on the ground. There are along the route, and especially in the
There's not
areas where you had
17 skeletons
encountered the skeleton hordes. You see strewn bones and torn armor, and you see the remains of many of the skeletons that you destroyed, that have been partially covered by the sand as the wind pushes it around. And in this location, there's a particularly large accumulation of bones and carnage. But you made it back to where you were.
Can I see any weapons in the sand?
You could roll a perception check if you'd like to take a look.
I have to step away for just a hot second. Be right back.
Okay. You see, yeah, I mean, there's
Not much.
a couple of rusted swords that you find and a couple of arrows in the sand as you kind of dig through the sand near some of the skeleton corpses.
Is there a high dune, a high point that we can move to try to get a good vantage?
Land.
Yeah,
Where we are.
it looks to me like there's a high point that is just to the square to your left. There's also a high point to the square to the north, just ahead of where you are now.
Onwards and upwards.
All right, onwards. What do you say, boys?
I say onwards. I'm with you.
Let's
You
do
lead the
this.
way. The
All
whole
right, I'm
time
gonna
I'll be
move-
like looking around, really suspicious.
On your guard. We all know what happened last time. And we'll move forward to the next.
Okay. All right, you press on into uncharted territory. And from your vantage point now, you're almost at the edge of the dunes. And you see a gradual rise of low-growing grassland. There are some shrubs, and there are a lot of tree stumps with very little to no seedling growth. So it looks from where you're standing on this dune that ahead of you, there at one point was a small grove of coastal trees, but that they were probably cut down for fuel or for construction purposes. And beyond that, approximately, let me see here, I can actually do this. Approximately, wow, so like about, I would say probably a quarter mile to a half a mile from where you are, you can see what remains of the ruins of the Abbey.
See, not so far away. Also, I'm back.
What's that look like?
Rubble. It's low, but it's the only man-made constructed feature of this whole landscape, and it sits at the high end of the rise.
What's the rest of the island like topographically? Like, is it all kind of this
So it's a
beach?
no. So you're at the edge of the dunes, and beyond the dunes is more of like scrub brush and grassland, and then again there's like some low-lying shrubs, and there used to be trees that had been cut down for fuel or for construction. There's a gradual rise in the topography, so you'd be going uphill towards the Abbey, and if you remember from the, I can get back to the description actually of the island. The island is really a little more than a slab of rock that juts up out of the sea, and the activity of the waves and the wind and the elements have just worn away this island. So basically around 80% of the island are these tall cliffs that are about 45 feet sheer cliffs that rise up to this plateau essentially that you're on. And really the only access point to this island is that southern, here, let me show you this, is that southern area of dunes.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You are here and are going to die section.
And
Right.
This is the
Oh, we're
Abbey
down
here.
here right now.
Correct.
We're down here.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly right.
Oh, this place is fucking tiny. There's a high population of fucking undead per square mile.
It is.
Yeah, no kidding.
If the distance between where we are and where the Abbey is like a half mile, we may became a fifth of them.
Yeah.
I am certainly hoping there are no more undead just laying underneath all the grass, because that, there's not enough money for that.
Yes. Can we see any other sign of skeletons in this this next move that we have to make out of the dunes and into the grassland?
You don't see any sign of anything right now from the high end of this high dune that you're standing on, gazing out across. You're right at the edge.
There's no other structures like
Nope. It just kind of fades in. There's not like a harsh line between the sand dunes and the scrub brush. It just starts to intergrade with each other. So as you head farther to the north, you start to leave the dunes and make your way into the grasslands.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's press on and
Yes.
be wary.
All right. Why don't you
Let's stay
guys
close together.
give
Perhaps we
me
should
a
fan out a
marching
bit.
order? Let's do a marching order. How's that sound?
Yeah. Who should be in front? I guess I'll continue to take point. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll continue to take the rear.
I will stand front middle then.
Now we're gonna stay within 5 feet of each other, correct?
Do you want to? I mean, maybe we should spread out a little bit. So
that we don't. Well, no, because then we could get surrounded like we did last time.
Right.
yeah, but we get
As far as I
surrounded. We
remember,
get
at least.
surrounded anyway if there's overwhelming numbers. But
Let me ask a very important question. What else are we expecting?
A shit ton of skeletons.
evil clerics. You know how
Okay.
the evil clerics are.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
17
I've never
skeletons.
met
We
one.
could spread out.
If we spread out, I mean, we do know that if there are more skeletons, they, albeit we're poor, but we're in fact archers.
I think if we spread out, we should stay within like 5 to 10 feet from each other. We shouldn't get like crazy spread out.
10 to 15, I think, is a good number.
Okay.
All right, sorry, I wasn't totally listening to that.
You son of a
It's
bitch.
okay.
Once
I don't think
we
any of us were.
Dave, our movement was limited in the sand dune area.
Yeah.
And we no longer are subject to that once we do it at this point.
So Rhunar is in the front. Farindyr's in the middle. You guys are fanning out by 15 feet, you said, or 10?
Yeah, like 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put 10 feet in between you. Irin, you're going to be in the back.
Yeah.
And are you guys basically like kind of following in Runar's footsteps so you're not traversing like new territory? Or
Single
are you
file line to hide our
Yes.
numbers.
Single file line?
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, I guess realistically, I wouldn't have any reason to suggest otherwise.
Okay.
As much as me, Chad, might want to.
All right, let's as you
Oh boy.
as you step forward, I'd like everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
All your fault, Chad.
Can we have tokens?
Oh, sorry. No.
Apparently not.
Oh, I can do it anyway. It just won't show up on the tracker.
Can you guys see
Yes.
Can you guys see
So
things?
slow.
Yes,
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I can see.
clearly now.
it's gone.
Dave, just to clarify, are we still in like the sand that is limiting?
You are. You're just coming off the sand. So you're still going to have half. You're on difficult terrain still, so it's half movement.
Okay.
Okay.
But this
I
is
gotta
this
check
is like the edge of the sand, though. Once you make it through this, you're done with the sand. I figured out what the problem was with your token from earlier, Chad, is that for some reason it was assigned to just a generic token and not assigned to Irin. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but I fixed it.
I've had that a lot. I've had that happen a lot. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah, let's take a quick
Yeah, me too.
5-minute break. We'll come back
Sweet.
at 8:31.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Alrighty then.
Anyhow, here we go.
All right.
So everybody's rolled initiative, and Rhunar, you're the first one to see as a skeleton starts to emerge from the sands in front of you. Let me do this, get that out of the way. Let me get him into initiative order. Oh, nice. These skeletons do not disappoint.
Whoa.
Oh, good.
He moves in at you, Rhunar, and he comes close and he attacks you with his short sword. Let's hope that new armor does the trick. Aye.
Barely.
Yep.
Nice.
It just he swings his sword and it clashes against your armor and skips off the armor. And that's its attack. And Rhunar, it happens to be your turn.
All right, I'm gonna attack him right back. With the swing of my sword. Aye.
Oof, misses. That one hits though. So your first swing swings wide as he kind of shambles at you, really herky jerky, but then you come down calculated with the second swipe and do damage on him. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else,
I'm gonna
Rhunar?
hold here. No, I'm gonna hold here.
Okay. Farindyr.
All right. Seeing that thing up against him, I'm gonna move forward 2 spots, and then, well, actually, here I'll go. I was here. I'll go over. That's 15.
20,
Can I go here?
25. Yep.
And
But
then
you can
I
only
will-
move. Hold on. You can only move half speed because it's so you'd only be able to go 15 actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I was here. So I will go 1, 2, 3, and end up here.
There you go.
And I will use Vicious Mockery. Or
Ooh.
no, yeah, I'll use Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
Your mama so fat.
You are the dumbest, most awful, foolish. Wait, I wrote some stuff down for this. You are an odorous, repugnant, fecal drop.
Ooh,
Wow.
burn. Sick burn.
He just smiles at you.
Oh,
Says,
shit.
"Rrrr."
Maybe not that joke.
It wasn't a joke.
I am seeing where I missed it.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Farindyr? Your joke lands. It just lands wrong. You know. I think you just got to workshop it.
I think I'll end there.
Okay.
Actually.
Theo.
I'm gonna sidle up a couple just to clear the line. I will unsheath my sword and my shield, which I had on me somewhere. I will level the blade of my sword at the undead and speak a word of power, and a pulse of force goes careening towards it as I use Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
My word of power is not saying it like that, but I, the player, can't.
What
help
is your
it.
What is your word of power? Let's get that out there. Let's get that out there. What is it?
Shit, I don't know. I have to workshop.
Shit, I don't know. And arcane energy, the eldritch energy, shoots forth from your hand. Oh, nice.
I at least hit.
Fuck.
Yeah, you did. Straight up, eldritch blast. Got it. Boom! You hit it, and parts of bones go flying backwards into the sand as it starts to deteriorate, and it's looking pretty rough.
Take that, you stupid sack of walking bone and necro. Are there any more of them? And then that's it.
Do you look around?
Yeah.
You could roll a quick perception check if you'd like.
Well, I'll take it. I'm terrible at it, but I'll take it. No, it's fine.
You look forward, and even with a roll like that, it's hard to miss. You see this giant mass shambling along the the dunes towards you.
Oh, there's a bigger one. There's a bigger one.
All right, Irin,
Do I see that?
roll perception.
Fuck.
It's not hard to see, so you should be able to, unless you roll really bad.
So I will roll perception,
Sure, yeah, you see it.
but then I also roll this
Oh, yeah, that's right.
as a different thing.
Yep, got it. No, yeah, you see it. You see it coming at you.
Yeah.
And it's just this huge mass. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but it's lumbering along, and it's like this bipedal assembly of bones, and with each step, bones seem to fall from it.
Okay.
Where
Awesome.
is it approaching? Where is it coming from?
You actually haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
And we're at half movement.
Oof.
Right?
Yep. That's correct.
I will dash
Okay.
25, 30, 35 to there.
Okay.
And I'll call that a day.
Okay. The skeleton lashes out at Farindyr because of the horrible joke he told. It really was. It was actually pretty good. It was just
I didn't like it.
It was just the roll that wasn't awesome.
Just a pun. That
He's
felt
unfazed.
14.
Ooh,
I think
I'm on
that
the wrong
hits.
page. Yeah, that hits.
So
It ties.
it, as you expect an effect from your spell, it just reaches out the sword and just slowly pushes it into your abdomen.
Oh, not again.
And you take 5 piercing damage.
All right.
Rhunar?
My turn?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this motherfucker.
Hit.
I'm gonna scream with fury. Ah!
Nice. The scream
Holy
is
shit,
really
helped.
the scream is really what did it. And the skeleton just falls to the ground in a heap of bones. Almost like bowling pins rolling down the side of the dune. And now you turn as you hear this lumbering juggernaut of skeletal amalgamation making its way towards you and your companions. Is there anything else you want to do, Rhunar? You've used one of your scimitar attacks. And just so you guys know, Rhunar is wielding 2 scimitars. He's dual wielding.
So if, so in lieu of that second scimitar swipe, look, I guess I don't know what I can do.
Well, you can move. You've got some other fighter shit you could do.
Can I see which way he's approaching? That's mound is approaching from.
Yeah, it's headed your way. From
From-
beyond. From
But I don't know which
beyond.
direction.
Yeah, it's basically coming this direction,
Okay.
if that helps.
One could say, he's coming right for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
If
All right. I'm just going to
if you
pull
get
back
that.
this way a little bit, just to be more next to my bard.
Okay. Very good.
Support your bard.
That brings us to Farindyr. Shockfeather.
All right. Seeing the amount of the size of this thing, it's pretty big, right?
Yeah. It's size large.
All right. I'm gonna kind of take on a really serious note. I'm not gonna make any jokes or anything. Probably the most serious any of them have seen me. And I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm guessing that's a
Oh,
save that I need
yep.
to make.
Almost. Just gotta find my spell list. There it is. It's a level 2 spell.
Oh yes. Constitution saving throw.
Yep, Constitution. There we go. I linked it.
All right. And what am I saving against?
Being blinded.
No, I know, but what's the DC? Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm sure it fails. I rolled a 6.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's blind.
Okay.
It can
Fantastic.
make a Constitution saving throw to stay alive longer. Or
Blinded
to
creature
be unblinded,
cannot see, automatically fails ability checks requiring sights. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's rolls have disadvantage. And then it can make a Constitution saving throw at the end of each turn. Okay. Nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Let me just do, I wonder if I can give it a little blind. We'll go like this.
Is this a new initiative, or do we keep going?
No,
Or do
we
have
keep
to-
going.
And I believe the DC is going to be 13 on that, by the way.
Okay, great.
Sure.
All right, anything else, Farindyr?
I will move 1, 2, 3 like this.
Okay. That brings us to Theo.
Let's see. You might go that way, you might go that. Okay, I will move 5, 10, 15 feet to hopefully create some frontage there. Theo will lower the blade of his sword towards the oncoming monstrosity and speak strange words out of hell. And shadowy energy just enwraps it as I, as a bonus action, hit it with Hexblade's curse.
Nice.
At which point, since I've got advantage on it because it's flying,
You do.
I'm Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
Hexblade's curse. Nice.
Shit.
God damn it, Travis. Eldritch Blast.
That's technically plus 2 more damage because of the curse. That's 13 force damage.
13 force.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Fire!
We don't even know what it is yet.
Okay.
You
so
can shoot
takes-
it. I
takes
just learned that.
13 force damage and. Let's
That's
see.
it.
You gain
I have a
bonus
higher
to
crit
damage
range.
rolls, and that's just for you, right?
Yep, just for me.
Got it. Okay. Nicely done, sir.
Wait, was that a nat 20 and it didn't count as a nat 20?
No, it was an 18.
18 plus his bonuses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
If it
I
had been a 19, I would have crit as well because of the curse, but it wasn't. It taunts me.
that is sweet. All right. Anything else, Theo?
That is all I've got.
Irin, it's your turn, and then we're coming up to the skeletal juggernaut.
I will dash again.
Okay.
There.
All right.
To there.
Okay. The juggernaut moves forward. Comes right for Rhunar.
Blindly attacks Rhunar.
Yep, so it's going to have disadvantage. Let's see.
Because it's blind right now, right?
Correct. Let me just fix that. Great. Disadvantage. It's going to multi-attack. All right. It is going to attack with its claws for an 11. And then it's going to attack a second time with its claws for, wait for it, an 11. So it misses twice. Just flailing claws just come out of this mass at various locations and just swing at you, and it misses.
I love blindness.
Yeah, blindness is sweet. It also gets then to roll a con save, I believe.
Yep, at the end of their turn.
Yep. Con save versus 13. And I
Your rolls
rolled.
aren't showing up, by the way, Dave.
Yeah, they're secret.
Okay.
Apparently. And that's just a straight roll, right? Does the Hexblade curse have any impact on saving throw
Nope.
rolls or anything? Okay, so I rolled a 21. So it's no longer blind.
That asshole.
Yeah.
Come into our house and disrespect us by saving against our spells.
That's how it goes sometimes. Rhunar, you just dodged 2 attacks, and you've got this mass of skeletal bones and just dead mass coming at you.
All right. I'm going to attack.
Nice, that hits.
Second blow.
That also hits. Slash, slash with your scimitar's lightning quick speed, and you crush. And as you slice into this thing, pieces of it start falling off into the sand and rolling down the side of the dune. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Farindyr, back to you.
All right. I am going to take 2 steps forward towards it.
Okay.
and I'm going to cast, because I have not yet, and regret it, I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Okay. So where are you going to place the Thunder Wave?
I think it just centers around me, as far as I understand it.
It's actually, so I think didn't we do this in your game, Chad? It's a 15-foot cube.
And I have to be in the cube.
You have to
You have to be
it
at the
has to
edge of the.
originate from
Yeah,
you.
it has
Yeah.
to emanate from your location.
So you can essentially make like a diamond. So it could, as an example, start in the square to the left of the skeleton.
You could do it like this. Oops, did that work?
Oh yeah,
No.
we do have drawing powers.
Yeah, you can draw.
So yeah, you could do, like
There we go.
Do you
this
see
isn't
the
the
yellow
right
there?
size, right? But yeah, you could do something like that. You could do, yeah.
Oh, you're up there. Okay.
Would the yellow work?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think.
And
I
that
think I
way you
definitely do
would
it
you
that
would
way.
miss your companions that way.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I
Well,
was aiming
except
for.
for. Oh wait. Oh yeah. No.
You would probably want to do it like that, so you're not in it.
Yeah.
So it's still
Oh,
emanating
okay.
from you, right?
Okay,
Yep.
I understand. I
Yep.
just wanted to make sure. Like, I the way I assumed it was like this.
Right.
Around you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It is one of the
Oh,
most
shit.
contentious skills in spells in fifth.
But not
edition.
anymore because we figured it out.
Cool. Okay, if that's how we're gonna do it, then
It's
I'm
a
gonna
great
do it
spell,
the
and I
exact
love it.
way.
So
The way
I need
that
to
you
make a
have the
con
square right
save.
now.
So you blast out this thunderous energy, and everybody hears this loud boom, this huge boom, right? It's pretty loud, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it definitely.
I might just
It
be
is certainly not
300
quiet.
feet.
I might just
It
be
can
making
be-
that up, but I believe it's
It
true.
can be heard
No,
for
it
like
definitely
a
is.
ways.
Yep.
300 feet away.
So you have announced your arrival, but I'm going to roll a con check or a con save. Failing that, I don't have disadvantage anymore, but the 3 will take. Let's see, failed
gets
save,
pushed
so
back
2d8 thunder
10
damage,
feet.
and you took 14.
Yep.
Nice. Let me do that first, and then it gets pushed back 10 feet.
Oh man, are we gonna play fucking giant pong? You thunder wave it. I'm gonna flurry of blows, punch it back to you. You thunder wave it back to me.
Nice.
Ooh.
I love everything happening here.
Skeletal juggernaut pong. Anything else, Farindyr? Nicely done.
I will move. Actually, I will move. Oh wait, no, I already moved to get to that.
Yeah,
spot.
you did. That's right.
So no, I won't do anything.
Okay. Theo.
Just in case Monster Pong does happen, I will move. Hold on, let me switch back to grabby mode. 1, 2, 3. I will get over here to within, view of the Juggernaut, and more importantly, within smashing distance. And I would actually like to smash it with my sword, which is what I'm here to do. And here we go. We don't have advantage anymore because of the made it save. How rude of it. Oh, and I just missed that crit by 1 point again. Oh,
Oh, wow. 14 damage, though. That's
plus
impressive.
2 more from the curse. So that's 16. It's maximum damage with the longsword one-handed.
Damn.
Is there any, just out of curiosity, because I don't know Hexblade Curse that well, is there any save, or is that just last the duration?
Just last the duration.
Nice. Okay. So that goes down. Nice.
Yeah, literally character walks up and just sword.
Yep.
And
Nicely
it's
done.
a nice, simple longsword, except the entire blade is just covered in tiny, tiny writing in an unknown language. It may hum a little bit while it swings.
Oh, good.
Not quite to lightsaber status, but
No,
it's
just
there.
more of an off-putting chiming noise almost. Also, he wasn't carrying it before the fight started. It just kind of appeared.
Mm.
I definitely saw it appear in his hand as if by demon magic.
Well,
I could smell the sulfur.
maybe it's not demon magic.
Anything
I'm
else, Theoderic?
That's it. That's me.
All right, Irin.
All right. Well, since you have so generously offered up this creature, Farindyr, I will step up and give it a big kind of leaping, like the Superman punch.
Power fist.
That's not the right button.
Oh.
Ignore the first one. That was the
No.
wrong attack.
Oh. All right.
Why you got to tease us like that?
Yeah, that's all right. Bludgeoning
Honestly.
damage.
Yeah.
Nice. You notice that it takes. Not only does it take the expected amount of damage, but it takes more than that. It seems like you did an amazing amount of damage.
It's almost like it's vulnerable to it or something.
Bolstered.
I'm thinking bludgeoning.
Bolstered by that, I will spend a key point, and I do the Superman punch, and as I'm landing, I'm gonna give it a knee strike. Does 11 hit it?
It misses. You knee into this swirling mass of bones and rotted flesh, and it doesn't really get purchase.
And then as I land, I recover with like a low sweeping kick.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then he's gonna have to make. Let me double check again. I want to get this right. Eventually, I'll get used to this shit. Strength save, DC 14,
Got it. Fails.
and he goes flying back towards Farindyr, 15 feet.
5, 10,
This is so
15.
happy.
Farindyr, you are all of a sudden,
Oh, no.
it comes in on you, and
Okay.
you're inside of this swirling mass of bone and flesh.
Oh my gosh.
And as I stand up, I say, 13 love.
Oh god.
All
I
right.
don't know. if
13
that's
love
real.
or 15
I think it's
love?
15
I don't
love,
know.
but that's
I don't
okay.
know.
Nobody plays tennis.
I
Yeah,
don't
right.
play tennis.
13 is the saving throw.
All right. Anything else, Irin?
No.
Okay. The Juggernaut's turn. So, Farindyr, you're enveloped into this mass of bones, and suddenly the bones seem to come apart from each other, and there's this massive avalanche of bones that flow out and fall on top of everybody that's within 10 feet. I want everybody to make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, please.
Everyone?
Everyone who's within 10 feet.
Okay.
So that would be everybody but
Everyone
Irin.
but me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not me.
So that would also be Farindyr and Rhunar, please.
Where are saving throws on this?
They are on your
Oh, I
character
found it.
sheet.
Left-hand corner.
If this is a charm or... Just a second. It's probably not, but...
It is not.
This is not charming at all.
Mm-mm.
Charm or sleep?
Nope.
Okay, but...
Okay, so that means that Farindyr and Theo both take 16 bludgeoning damage as these bones rain down upon you. And Rhunar, you take 8 bludgeoning damage as you're pummeled with femurs and ulnas and skulls and jawbones.
Wishbones.
And I need to do this. Oh. Also, Theo and Farindyr, you guys are knocked prone.
Oh boy.
Take a man out for dinner first.
And you all watch as after it bashes and falls on top of you, it starts to reform. And Rhunar, it's your turn. Did we lose Andy? Andy,
Rhunar?
you're muted.
You're on mute, my friend.
Oh, sorry. I think roll 20 is not letting me select my guy. Hold on a second. How much damage did I take?
You took 8 damage.
Okay.
8 bludgeoning damage. Are we having technical difficulties?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened. Roll 20 was not responding.
Well, that happens.
Roll 20 was being roll 20.
Yeah. I had to reload the web page there. Okay. So it's up to me now here.
Mm-hmm. It's all up to you.
If you don't do this, we're all just instantly dead.
I'm gonna start swinging on
And
this
it'll
guy.
be your fault again.
No, last time it was Farindyr's fault.
Just to let you know, I don't blame you for anything.
I was sure that I would kill you if I used it.
Probably would have too, actually,
Yeah.
depending
I
on the
would do it
damage,
doing
because
one hit.
everybody was low at that point. Anyways,
Yeah. 3d8.
Rhunar,
I wasn't.
it's your turn,
I
pal.
wasn't
All right.
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
gonna attack it
Okay,
with my swords.
okay. That hits. Hits. Wow, 10 slashing damage. Very nice.
Nice.
Pardon do.
Ooh.
That second attack misses, however. So the first one comes in and cuts at one of the skulls right in half. The second one flies through but doesn't seem to make contact with any of the swirling bones inside this mass. But luckily, on the bright side, you didn't hit Farindyr,
That's good.
Yeah.
because he's pretty much obscured by this giant mass.
Oh,
Anything else, Rhunar?
no, I'm good.
Okay, Farindyr, it's your turn.
All right. Now that I'm inside this thing, I'm gonna cast Thunderwave an additional time. Can I hit myself with Thunderwave? Is my question though.
It emanates from you, so no, you can't.
Okay. And so can I be in the circle?
I suppose you could kind of, you could, cast it backwards at yourself, I suppose.
Or could I move like one step as I cast it?
Yeah, you can still move. You still have movement.
Okay,
You're
so
not
yeah,
you're not like grappled or anything. You're just surrounded by the space of this mass of bones.
okay.
So
okay.
you still
so,
have
yeah,
movement. Yep.
I'll attempt to move out of that mass of bones
Okay.
while simultaneously casting Shockwave or Thunderwave a second time, but at second level.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And that's a failure.
He is so tired of this skeleton monster shit.
So that is 13 thunder damage. Is that how that works?
Nice. Yes. Yeah, because
Wait.
that's 8
Yep,
and then
D8
5
and then
damage is the
2d8,
higher
yeah.
level cast.
And then
Yep,
it's pushed
yep.
10 feet, 5, 10. Nice. Anything else, Farindyr?
No, I will not actually do anything after that.
Okay, Theo, you've got this mass of skeletons in front of you.
Theo is going to push himself up, leaving his shield on the floor there. Take a breath for a minute, adjust his hair, and then just yell as he attacks with both hands on the longsword at this thing. Which, for the record, is technically a crit because that's a 19 to hit.
That is a 19 to hit.
So,
Nice.
and I'll go ahead and add the extra bonus from the curse for the +2 as well. Oh my gosh. Am I just forgetting how to code?
What are you trying to do?
There we go. I forgot a space. So 8 more damage, so 19 points total.
Nice. As you slice through this thing with your enhanced blade, it's the energy from the blade just transfers into this mass of skeletons, and pieces of skeleton just get blown back into the sand behind it. And it's starting to fall apart, and it's starting to diminish in size significantly.
Die again! And that's all I've got.
Okay. Irin.
I will pull up my hammer and make another dope leaping attack at it. This time attacking with my hammer, and I will say, "It's time to go to work." That was less impressive than I wanted it to be, but whatever. Oh no, and of course I missed because my words sucked.
No.
Yeah, you swing at it, and it just swings wide.
I should have remembered my previous call out. And I will use my bonus action to give it I would kick it in the nuts because that's kind of my thing. Or rather, punch it in the nuts, but it doesn't really have nuts.
Doesn't really have nuts.
There's only one way to know if it has nuts in there.
So I will punch it.
Till you find it. With a crit.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Wow, for 8 bludgeoning damage?
Yeah.
Oh, he found those nuts. They were in there.
Yeah, they were there somewhere.
Yeah.
Crack them scaly nuts.
And as you kick it in the skelly nuts, it just crumbles into the sand and lies motionless before you.
And there is no way a little tendril of creepy energy just slithers out of it, and suddenly my wounds look better.
That does not happen.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Technically, it does at the end of Hexblade's curse, because if the target dies, I gain hit points.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I just
All
gained
right.
back 9 hit points.
You did. But hold on. Let me read that. You regain hit points equal to your Warlock level plus Charisma. Got it. Dang. All right. So, yeah, this little black tendril of energy kind of creeps forward along the sand and flies right up into you, and you feel rejuvenated. Wow.
Well,
that is a
always
sweet,
creepy.
sweet spell.
Yeah, normally it doesn't quite play as good as that. It's really paid off this session.
Yeah, that was great. Nice. Well done, gentlemen.
That was epic.
Well, that was terrible. Let's get out of the set.
So does this thing just kind of like dissolve into like 20 bodies?
Yeah, it's just a mishmash of skeletal bodies laying in front of you.
I'm gonna search that mishmash of bodies to see if there's anything of value in it.
Sure. Roll investigation check.
I'm gonna brush bone dust off of my body.
You kind of sift through quickly the bones that are laying there, and there's nothing but bone and tattered clothing. And these bones are well bleached.
Are there any weapons?
There are not any weapons.
You know what? I will still collect a few of the bones.
Okay. What bones do
3
you
or 4
collect?
bones. I'll focus mostly on like long, like arm and leg bones.
Okay. Yeah, you find a bunch of those. That's easy.
Yeah, so I'll stack a bunch of those and I'll bring them with us.
Okay.
Good
Nice.
clubbing bones, just in case we need them. It's never come up in a campaign, I swear. Definitely has.
I don't know. I just feel like I couldn't think of a use for this.
Oh, yeah, totally. Plus, maybe you're taking a trophy. I back this play either way. My character, on the other hand, is definitely trying to hurry people to, maybe let's get out of sand. Maybe there's less undead.
Yeah, I definitely think we should move forward.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Get out of this sand.
I hate the sand.
All right.
It's everywhere.
No, we have quoted that movie too many times, and this silly voice I'm doing
Don't you dare.
is from a Star Wars character. So no more.
Don't you dare. All right. So you're back, making progress through the island, and you make it out of the dunes.
Huzzah! More ale for the king.
Normal movement.
Hopefully not being mutilated by undead.
You've made it through the
Now-
skull dunes.
Yeah, sadly, now the grass is tall and it reduces our movement to half.
No, now you
Okay.
have
Things
full
in the
you
grass.
have full movement again, so you're not hindered by the sands.
It's just a half mile of briar patches.
Yeah, it's about a half mile exactly of scrub brush, boulders, and
Right
low shrubbery. Yep, you guys are right down here.
No shit shrubbery.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay? No serious
I
wounds?
am fairly hurt. I think I'm going to I just need to heal.
Well,
You've got a
perhaps we can.
bone. That's gross. You've got a bone sticking out of you. Oh,
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's not
wait,
good.
nope. That's a bone sticking in you.
How about we just sit down for a little bit, take a breather, maybe listen to some songs from the beautiful bard. Out of character.
yes.
Spend a hit dice if you want to.
You guys want to do a short rest? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think
I'll do a short rest.
I'll do a short little song of rest.
As a warlock, I am always about some short rest.
Yeah, so
Also,
we'll do a short
Fighter
rest,
should be as well.
and I'll play
Yeah.
a song of rest with it.
Oh, nice.
I'll take a short rest. Sure.
But just to be safe, I'll spend a hit die.
Yep. So we actually gain an extra 1d6 with my song of rest.
To
Is
hit
that-
point.
Temporary hit die or nope? It's just a
I
bonus
just linked it
extra.
in, it's just a
okay.
bonus.
It's just a bonus, yeah.
Right.
I'll take it.
I didn't take any damage.
I took enough that cleared the last of my damage.
Nice.
Just 1d6.
Plus any hit dice you spend of your own.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah.
should be- it's
Yeah,
D10
you
for
have
you.
to-
You have a beefy one.
Yeah, I think you have to spend a hit dice to get the song
Yep,
of rest.
I
to get
think
the
you do,
bonus.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Andy, are you familiar with hit dice?
I guess I'm not. No.
So you, as a 4th level fighter, you have 4 hit dice, and these can be expended during a short rest to regain hit points.
Okay.
And I think as a fighter, they're 1d10.
1d10.
Yeah.
So you can expend as many as you want, but then they are expended, and you regain them at half of your hit dice per long rest, if I remember correctly.
I will expend.
Yeah, I never
Okay,
remember if
yeah,
it's half hit
okay, I
dice or if it's
understand
half
now.
of the hit dice that you spent.
I think it's supposed to be
Sure.
half your total, because otherwise you
think
would
so,
end up in
too.
situations where you would always be one down.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
that's
half
fair.
of your total.
All
And then
right,
there's
so
a
yeah,
place
we'll
to
ex-
mark that down on your character sheet so you can remember how many hit dice you've used.
Okay.
It's right. I think it's right underneath your hit points
Can I
box.
roll it from the sheet?
Yeah. I believe you can. Ooh, nice.
Where do you roll it from? Yeah.
You just
Oh, hit
click on the
die.
word. Click on the word hit die.
Okay, I got it. Ooh.
And then roll another 1d6 for the Song of Rest that Kirk is playing, or excuse me, that Farindyr is playing.
Who is this?
Oh,
Kirk?
it switched back to me. Why did it do that?
It's always been you.
Oh, I
So
switched it right at the start. I don't know. If
Oh.
that's not a word.
So yeah, so you, Andy, you regain 8 hit points back to your total. and you've expended 1 hit die.
Okay.
Sweet. So you all sit down for about roughly an hour, and Farindyr plays a tune. Farindyr, is there anything in particular that you want to talk about with the song that you play?
I'm gonna play kind of a haunting tune, reminiscing my time spent unconscious, 3 days, I believe, kind of lost time. And it's gonna be kind of sad, kind of an ending where, I wake up confused and feeling unsure of myself.
Roll a performance check.
Yeah, our music is gone.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So I mean,
But it was well done.
yeah, it's a very nice tune, and it almost brings a tear to the eyes of the audience before you. Anybody who is particularly emotional would shed a tear.
Theo is definitely, that was so not what I wanted to hear right now, but I can't say anything bad about it.
It's the original version of Who Wants to Live Forever from the Highlander soundtrack.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's a very haunting and emotional song.
It's just a short rest, though, right?
Yeah, it's about an
just a
hour,
short rest.
and it takes an
Yeah.
hour to do a short rest. So you've rested. Some of you have been feeling, well, everybody's feeling rejuvenated. Even Irin, who didn't take any damage.
My key is feeling stronger.
Yep, you've got your recharge your
my
key.
key is.
And that is deeply key to the fight.
Nice.
Um,
What would you like to do?
Carry on. Wayward Sons?
There'll be peace when you're done.
So you make your way through the grasslands towards the ruins.
Yes.
The good
Yes,
news is, obviously no one is here, otherwise I would have brought them running to kill us.
And nobody's crying no more.
No, I was never crying. What are you talking about? You did not see what you thought you saw.
Yeah,
Let me
let's-
ask you this. Are you going to travel at normal pace, or are you going to try to move stealthily through the grasslands?
Yeah, maybe we should try to move carefully.
I mean, that is prudent.
I think we should try to move stuff.
Keep an eye out for giant skeleton monstrosities.
I can play
Who
a
knows,
song while
perhaps
we
the whole
walk,
island is
and
a
I'll take
skeleton
out my
demon.
lyre and I'll look at everyone
No,
expectantly.
no songs. Stealthily.
Okay. I'll put my lyre away slowly. I'll continue to look at you all expectantly, though.
Theo just walks over, pats, and goes, "Shh, it's okay. That was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I will make sure that nothing happens to you, my sweet little nightingale. Let's go!"
That's awkward. That's not awkward at all.
No.
This is what you get for being a good bard, apparently.
I'm gonna look
Alright.
at you very suspiciously.
All right, so you're gonna work your way stealthily. Did you say?
Yes.
Yes, I
Yep.
believe so.
And what's your marching order now?
I'll lead now. If we're going stealthy, I feel like I can be very stealthy.
Theo should definitely be at the back because his armor gives him disadvantage on stealth.
I definitely want somebody strong a short ways behind me.
I think there's a big old beefy fighter right there.
Yeah, I can follow up right behind you.
Sweet. And I'll take third.
All right, sorry again, I wasn't quite listening. I was planning something. What was the order? Who's first?
So
Who's on
Farindyr,
first?
Rhunar, Farindyr, Rhunar, me, and then Theo.
Farindyr, Rhunar, me, and Theo. Okay. Thank you.
Do you want us to make?
I would like
stealth
you to make stealth rolls, please.
Oh,
Oh, don't worry, I'm coming.
oh.
Oh boy. Well, maybe I'm not gonna do that bad.
Oh,
I did do that bad.
Oh.
Oh, thank God Runer's there though.
What?
we might as well be fucking paladins right now with fucking full plate armor.
It's funny.
Good job,
I
good
do
job.
jingle and I can smite things.
Then there's Rhunar. He's like, whatever.
What are you guys doing back there? Just don't.
Shut the fuck
Wow.
up right now.
Irin's our dwarf. Rhunar, are you a dwarf too?
No,
No, he's a human.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, somehow you're the stealthiest of us all. And
I've got some good decks.
Irin, you're as stealthy as I've always said you would be.
He wasn't just making that up for the songs.
I rolled a 2.
Yep.
Ouch.
What did that way?
No, you rolled a 1.
Oh, I wasn't looking at myself. I did roll
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2, yeah. For some reason, I was looking at yours, but yeah, I rolled a 1.
Okay. So the 4 of you make your way through the dunes. Some of you extremely stealthy, others of you stepping on broken twigs. Snap!
Every broken twig.
Yep. Flushing up small birds from ground nests.
Fuck you too. Oh,
Brushing our instruments against nearby shrubbery.
Yep. Pring. Damn it.
we're not good at this.
And as you make your way, you approach the ruins. You get closer and closer.
How
And
closer?
Pretty close. And Farindyr, you're leading the way.
Yep.
Okay. Roll a perception. Everybody roll a perception check for me, real quick.
Oh, my rolls are bad today.
Yeah, there we go.
Mine are perfectly average apparently now.
Let's see. Okay. Nice. Let's do this.
See, my horrible death sequence rolls at the beginning of that were just atrocious.
Everybody, you're gonna recognize this map again. But now you're coming up on the ruins. And I'd like everybody to roll a quick initiative for me. Let me clear out this initiative order. There we go.
Oh shit, I did well that time.
Nice.
Not as good as Rhunar though, shit.
I think most of my rolls have been below 10 today.
Well, let me get you guys added in here.
I'm looking for a big
Okay.
roll soon.
Rhunar, what did
select my
Rhunar?
token.
Rhunar was 23. And you're in.
So you can just right click the token. If you right click the token, it should give you the option to add a turn. I think it's in the settings.
Okay.
That way it'll show the token instead of the name. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah. It's all good. There's little
I
quirks
just have
here
to
and there.
remember to fucking select my goddamn token.
I always forget that, don't worry.
So, Rhunar, you also rolled. What did you roll for perception? 15. Because you're the first in line, you see movement up ahead. And you have a moment not to act, but to call out if you want to make if you want to say anything real quick, you have an opportunity. But you see some activity up front, and do you say anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, there, ahead!
And as you say that, a crossbow bolt shoots forward at Farindyr. and misses. It goes flying past him and sticks into the ground right around
Okay.
here. Rhunar, it's your turn.
Why are we being shot at?
Do we have a visible enemy right now?
You have seen the enemy,
no,
as well as, let me go back to the perceptions here. Irin, you see them as well, so you'll be able to take action on your turn in terms of knowing where they're coming from. You see this right here.
Okay.
Theo, you do not see anything yet. And Farindyr, you don't see anything, although you saw the arrow come at you.
Right.
Am I looking at this general area right here?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, this should be. Okay. Is that? Can I tell if that target right there is under? Is he behind cover?
He is behind cover. So he is. You saw him duck down, so he is fully obscured from you.
All right, so I'm gonna move.
Yep.
I'm gonna move here. And fire. I'm gonna attack with my longbow.
Okay. Let's see here. I just want to look and see what kind of cover he's got. I would say he's probably got half cover, so that misses.
Damn. All right, I'm just gonna shout, "Show yourself, you coward!"
Hey, when all else fails.
Exactly. Appeal to his
Insult
ego.
them.
Yeah.
Appeal to his lack of ego.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Well, I used all my movement, so I think I'm just gonna stay right here.
Okay. Theo.
Why are we yelling at him? Theo says as he moves forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Advances with his shield up and behind it so that his action is to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And that's bonus action. Really? Who are you and why are you shooting at us? Do I see him at this point?
Let's see. What did you roll for a perception check? A 12? You cannot see him yet.
Okay, that's fine. Then that is me for the moment.
Okay. Irin. You saw the guy pop up and then pop back down. I believe you had a pretty good... you had a perception.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I will say, I will call
Super
out,
much speed.
hey, we're not skeletons!
Well, I mean, there are skeletons in us, but not yet.
Don't listen to him!
Foiled by anatomy.
No!
Is that your action? Calling out?
No. I mean, that's part of what I'm going to do, but then I'm going to... Whoops. Then I will dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to there. How high is this structure?
This wall here is about, I would say, close to 4, 5 feet high.
Okay.
Yeah, these are like crumbling walls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yeah. You know, that's going to work easier if I just do it from roll 20 persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah. That
All right.
makes sense.
All right. Anything else, Irin?
Nope.
Okay. This guy here, who now you can see, Irin, takes a shot at you with his heavy crossbow.
Does he though?
Oof, 21?
I mean, yeah, that'll hit. I
Or
guess.
does it?
I mean, it'll hit.
Or does it?
Well, I mean, I'm going to use my reaction to fucking punch that shit out of the air.
There you go.
Fucking monks.
Monk shit.
No,
Monk shit.
gotta do that monk shit. So that is D10
There's
plus
2 of
7.
them.
So how much damage do you do?
He did 8 piercing damage. Is coming at you.
Sweet, that's my minimum.
Oh, okay. So you're able to grab the bolt as it flies through the air at you.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Easily.
Did he just did? Oh,
Deflect missile.
Why do you
I
keep
just-
collecting those?
I just make eye contact with him and break it in my hand.
Wow. Nice.
You are a savage.
Yes.
He, just for the hell of it, roll an intimidation check for me. Because that's
Hell
kind of
yeah.
cool.
My intimidation isn't great. No, it's not great.
There's a, if you had the eyes of a hawk, you could see there's a bead of sweat that rolls down the side of his temple
Nice.
onto his cheek. All right. Farindyr.
All right. So I'm going to move. Oh shit! Where am I? Oh.
oh shit! Where are any of
wrong
us?
one.
Well, I'm clearly on this stained sailor's map.
See, I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna move up to here.
Okay.
At this point, can I see either of them?
Let me just kind of take a peek here. There's a tool for that. Yeah, you can kind of see both of them, barely. They're both behind. I would call it 3/4 cover from where you are, but you can see them.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Oh, snap! I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
As I just feel like I've been missing out, so I'm gonna cast Shatter at level 2.
Wow.
Do it.
And I'm gonna aim for like this space. Oh shit! Let me see if I can draw a space, because it does have 60 feet range, but it also affects like a 10-foot radius.
Yep, 10-foot radius sphere.
You should be good, right?
I'm trying to make it a circle instead of a square. I don't think I can hit both of them, can I?
It's a 10-foot sphere?
It would be a little wider.
Yeah,
should
you
be
can hit both of them. 10-foot radius, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can hit
Then,
both
yeah,
of
I'll
them.
go with the.
Get him.
So
it.
that is a Constitution save, I believe.
Yep, 13.
Okay. First one saves. And the second one does not save.
Okay, so,
So
the one that saves
3d8.
takes half damage.
Yep. Oh, you already rolled the damage. Great. So this guy takes half damage, so that's 6 thunder damage. And this guy takes the full damage.
Yep, the 12.
Got it.
Nice.
Nicely done. And then does anything else happen? Let's see. So it's this loud, ringing, painfully intense, shattering noise that erupts and causes them to sort of take note. That's pretty cool. Creature made of inorganic, non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage. So some of the rock and boulders that are in this area also crumble and fall off.
Nice, yeah.
So are these guys fully exposed now?
They're not fully exposed, no.
Farindyr's pissed.
That is a good question, but they're not fully exposed.
We will expose them with swords.
Yeah.
Or fists, whatever else.
I'm not exposed to air.
The insides of them.
Anything else, Farindyr?
There. No, I will look at my allies and like, what now? Do we continue?
Yes.
So this guy...
Was Rhunar trying to like talk to him or intimidate him?
I was trying to.
no,
Okay,
Irin,
yeah.
Irin did had said some
Irin.
things to him. So this guy pops up and takes a peek, and then he disappears behind the wall.
I think we have a runner.
And that brings us to Rhunar.
He disengages. He's not. This guy is
Unfortunately.
no longer there.
You don't know. All you know is that he kind of peeked up above the wall and then ducked back down.
My character is making an assumption that he ran.
All right, I'm gonna move up to here.
Okay.
Can I see this guy?
You cannot see the guy that was here. And you
Alright,
can't see the guy that was back here. He's on the other side of the wall, unless you peek over and look at him, which you totally could.
I'm gonna use my action to dash across here. To this side.
Okay. That brings us to Theo.
All right, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is anyone there? Can I see our remaining dude from there?
Yep, you can see him. He is partially behind cover, but you can see him.
You are very mean and are shooting at us. You know what you get for that? Eldritch Blast. Not a very good one.
That misses. Blasts into the rock behind him, breaking off a chunk of it.
Stop ducking! And that is all I've got.
All right, Irin.
Oh boy. I would like to run and
Rage.
vault up on top of this crumbling wall.
Okay.
Huh!
Easy enough for a monk dwarf
Do some dwarven monk shit.
or a dwarf monk,
Which
whichever
is
you
amazing.
prefer.
Seeing a dwarf move at 40 feet around is terrifying.
I'm more of a blacksmith, but you know. So I see this guy.
Yep.
I don't see the other guy.
Correct.
What does this guy look like now that I can
You
get
also see
better
in front
look
of
at
you,
it?
you see there's a set of stairs.
Leading down.
Yep.
Hmm.
So inside this area, just to give you a little bit of a word picture,
Word pictures.
there's a bunch of debris, broken walls. There's an assortment of assorted oddments that are piled inside the square foundation of the ruins. Old cooking utensils, crushed pots and pans, mangled kettles, less identifiable metal objects. There's broken platters and plates, blah, 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 porcelain and pottery. There's a great deal of wood that's been sorted into a large mound of badly burned scraps. And off to the left side of where you're looking into the ruins, there is a stone staircase that leads down into darkness.
What does this guy look like now that I get a better look at him?
He looks weathered. He looks, right now, seeing you hop up on the wall, he looks terrified. He looks dirty, long, greasy hair. It looks like he's got a beard that's not quite grown in to be intentionally a beard, but as if he hasn't shaved for a long time. Kind of scruffy looking. And his clothes are dirty. He's wearing splint armor, and he looks to be well armed.
Okay.
And he's currently reloading his crossbow.
But he looks scared.
Yeah, he looks nervous now that he sees you hop up on the. Because essentially from where he's at, he sees both you and Rhunar.
Right. I say, hold. Unless you side with these cursed skeletons, we mean you no harm.
Go ahead and roll some sort of a charisma check,
Alright.
whichever you prefer. Intimidation, persuasion.
I'll go persuasion. Yeah, that's a better.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so you do your best to persuade him to lay down his arms, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, or to stop attacking us.
Okay. All right.
But whatever. It's up to him, I guess.
Yep. And that's your turn.
Yes, sir.
All right, that brings us to him, which is great timing. He looks up at you as he's struggling to reload his crossbow, and he's flustered. Are you the pirates come to finish us off?
No.
He looks around. He doesn't see his companions at all, and he just drops his crossbow and stands up.
Wise choice, lad.
Do you mean to kill me?
That depends on you. But not especially.
Are we still in combat time?
That was his turn, so it's up to you, Farindyr.
If he's stopping to chat with us,
You see him stand up, so he's exposed from I would say the chest up, and he's conversing with Irin.
I think I will cast Prestidigitation, and I'll just make it smell of fart. I'll be
Where
like-
about?
Right near this guy's face. Just want him to know that we mean business.
Well, you're gonna have to move forward, I think, because you only have a range of 10
Yep.
feet with the fart
Yep,
spell.
about 10 feet. So I'm gonna move
Which is gonna put you literally right next to him.
2,
Get
3.
fart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally get right here. I'm gonna be kind of waving my arms, kind of in a weird wiggling way.
Just in his face. With some
I'm literally trying to just kind of intimidate him at the same time.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution save.
Good lord. Off bar. That's hilarious.
Oh God, yeah. He's like, "Whoa, whoa." He kind of dry heaves a little bit. All right. Anything else from Farindyr?
I'm gonna say why did you attack us is how I'm gonna end our engagement
Okay.
or end my turn.
All right. So that brings us to the top of the order, and we can drop out of the order unless Rhunar, Theo, or Irin intend to do any additional combat at this point.
No, my only intent for Theo is to move over towards the top of the steps and just keep an eye on it while mostly behind my shield.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
Can Rhunar make an additional move at this point?
Yep. Go for it.
I'm going to move up on this guy and just be like menacing as fuck. Right in his
All right.
face.
Roll an intimidation check, and based on what Irin said and the smell of fart, which now you're definitely in the cloud, roll an intimidation check with advantage.
I'm not great at intimidation, but I'll do this.
You get one more.
Yep, you get one more roll because it's with advantage.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
Every
Wow.
time, Rhunar.
Wow.
Every time.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. I can't do it. I don't know what
So
to do.
much potential. So,
wow.
so much potential.
Oh, boy.
He's already pretty intimidated, and he's still
Yeah.
kind of struggling with the odor.
But some nerdy guy
And
comes
now-
in.
And now you're like pushing him up against the stone foundation, the crumbling stone foundation. He says, "We're just defending ourselves from the pirates that have been trying to kill us. You can't blame a man for self-defense. Who are you?" If you're
I'm
not,
Theo, hello! Just waves from behind everyone.
I want to say us being who? How many are there?
he doesn't say anything to you. Who are you? State your purpose for assaulting the Abbey. He's trying to put up a little bit of a front right now.
You know, he is probably stalling until his friends who are down there come up here with more weapons.
Silence, dog. Why don't we kill you right now?
I mean, we don't really need to kill them.
If you intend to kill me, then do it. He struggles a little bit against you're kind of holding him, Rhunar, and he's kind of struggles a little bit.
I got him cornered. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get away or anything, but
Irin, ask him how many there are. How many
How
are
many
there?
of there are you?
first you tell me why you're here.
The Mariners Guild sent us.
For what purpose?
To clear you out.
Oh my! I was
Oh, wow.
I was gonna be like, should we go talk about this for a minute? But
No,
Nope, it's out there in the
wait
world.
a second.
you guys
I love
have
how
to
We're
be
just gonna be
prepared.
honest. Wow.
You guys got to be prepared.
You
right?
intend to kill us anyways. And he fights against you. Let's do a strength. Do a strength check for me, Rhunar.
All right. Hold on, my character sheet disappeared here.
I rolled an 8.
Strength. Saving throw or just
Just a strength. Just a strength check.
oh there it is. Jesus.
He slips your grasp and starts running.
Oh man.
And he gets about there. And he's running.
Is he running for the stairs?
No. Doesn't appear to be.
Hold. We mean you no harm. Despite appearances. Can't we say the same about you?
Theo raises his hand
keeps
towards
moving.
the man, makes a clawing gesture, and casts Hold Person.
Nice. There
Ooh,
it
I
is.
like that.
Oh,
I accidentally clicked mine.
It's a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, he makes it. 17.
That son of a bitch! I've only got 2 spell slots. You inconsiderate asshole.
That's the worst.
I'll
very
give each
solid.
of you, and I'll give you each of the rest of you, Rhunar, Farindyr, and Irin, an action right now.
oh,
If you want to take one, he's running.
I will move to this corner. But if he wants to run off into the wastes, there's skeletons out there. I'm not going to chase after him.
Okay.
I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna attempt to grapple him,
Okay. So
That asshole.
tackle his ass to the ground.
The diving waist tackle.
Yep, full on NFL
nice.
tackle his ass. Is that strength?
Yep.
The spear. Nice.
There you
Technically,
go.
it'd also include athletics.
Very nice.
So if you have proficiency with athletics, you would add that on there as well.
Oh, I do. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do. Athletics 5.
Nice. Yeah.
So 23,
Yeah.
22.
22.
22. Yeah.
Math. Where's my?
Math is hard.
I added to 23 too.
Yeah. Where's
so.
my strength roll? Come on. Well, fine.
It's cranky.
If you're gonna do that,
Good.
23.
Well, fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, he
Son of a
fucking
bitch.
slips your tackle.
So I jump, grab his legs, but he slides through.
Yep.
This is classic,
slips your
classic
tackle.
80s movie. Slip
Slippery.
tackle.
Yep. Shockfeather.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you want to do while he's running?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually also I'm gonna move forward
God.
as well.
He can't roll another 20.
That is crazy.
Having said that, he now
And I'm
will.
gonna cast sleep on him.
Nice. Oh god, this is
that was
classic
amazing.
D&D.
That was amazing.
Okay, I clicked sleep. Oh, okay, there we go.
It's just a throwaway NPC that's just rocking it right now. All
They
right,
always do.
remind me how this works again. I know we did it last
Okay,
time.
so hit points of the creature. So if he has less than 30 hit points,
Yep. Okay.
then he goes to sleep.
And he does not.
unless Rhunar has less than him. Because it's lowest to highest. But yes.
Wait, say that again?
Ooh.
Right, so sleep spends lowest to highest. So it's gonna put to sleep the person with the lowest amount of hit points first. Right? So if ultimately he could make it so he only targeted that guy, but if he had to target Rhunar and him, and then for some
I
reason
would say
Rhunar
so
has
because
less-
they're both moving. But Rhunar, how many hit points do you have?
40.
Okay.
yeah,
So
he's probably fine.
yeah, so both of you are fine.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. His action is to run out of here. So you can
Let the sea take him.
decide if you want to chase him or not.
He'll come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna glance over at these guys, see what they think. I think we should go down. Forget that guy. We just chased him out of the ruin.
You know, they will be waiting for us now.
Cling.
All right. So your plan is to go down the dark stone staircase?
I think so.
Well, my plan is to let one of them go down the staircase first. Although technically, I think I have the highest armor class.
I will
Irin.
not go down the staircase first.
What's the marching
Yeah.
order?
What do you think?
I'll go first.
All right, you're
I will follow the dwarf bravely.
All right, so then it's Theo next. Who's going to go third?
I definitely won't wait to be last.
So Rhunar, you're going third?
Yeah.
Then I will go last.
All right. Farindyr taking up the rear. Hey, that rhymes. You could work that into one of your songs.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord.
Deer in the rear.
Well,
Nothing work
you
appropriate
got to
came
work.
to mind out
Yeah,
of that.
context. It's all about context. All right,
Can't you
guys.
see
Th-
clearly.
That is where we will end tonight. We'll pick up there next week,
Nice.
entering
Oh,
into
boy.
the
We all
ruins
lived.
of the Abbey.
The depths of the ruins of the Abbey,
Yep.
where the
How
old
can this end
decrepit
poorly?
monks will fight us tooth and nail because of the fart smell.
Oh God.
That was really what took it over the edge.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to think like, should I shock him? Should I do a piercing sound? But I was like, no.
Nah.
Attack his sense of
Yeah.
smell.
There you go. I love it. Very
Put down your
good
weapon.
use of spells tonight. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a couple of spells
That's
that I
fucking-
hadn't seen before, like Hexblade's Curse. That was sweet.
The
I'm
fucking
full of
skeleton
awesome.
pong was epic.
Skeleton
That was
Pong.
amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool. Great music from what was
Cryo
it called?
Chamber.
Yeah, Cryo Chamber. Nice job, guys. That was fun.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
That
and,
was great.
and
Yes,
nobody
thank you so much.
died.
Yet.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Right.
goodness.
Well, yeah.
Better.
We made it through a session without a death. That's pretty.
With combat.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Two
impressive.
I mean,
combat technically.
ultimately, yeah, Michael doesn't know this, but our track record, that's really good.
It is.
I
I-
believe you when you say it.
Yeah.
We've died 1 in 3 combats. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
it's worse than that, Kirk, because before you arrived, we had one player, Adam, whose character died 3 times.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
What, 3 new characters, Dave?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
3 different characters that all died. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I felt bad, but
Yeah.
they were all very
Hey.
squishy.
It's the dice.
Yeah, it is the dice.
Those damn dice.
Well, and those dirty sneak attacking spiders.
Yeah, those spiders were
Look, spiders
no
are serious
joke.
fucking business.
Yeah, those
And
were no
tentacles.
joke.
That fucking
And
phase
mysterious
spider.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, please.
That was a
Yeah, no.
lot of spiders.
Phase spider, eder caps,
Mhm.
Nope. That's a
swarm of spiders.
It's a pile of nah.
I think the swarms are the hardest ones.
Yeah.
I think those are the hardest ones to kill. But anyhow, great job tonight, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Good.